Power Chord.
About Brandon, I would like to ask you the rhythm section in the Mastatics, you and Brandon, feels incredibly dynamic and improvisational. How different is your mindset as a bassist there compared to Fugazi?
Yeah, I started with this same thing in Fugazi, which was again this conception of music as the bass can direct the music,
Yeah,
even though it can be repetitive, and there doesn't need to be more than a couple of lines that are played. If the line is very important to the melody in the song. Now, I didn't know what melody, I didn't know the meaning of chord progression, scales, melody. I didn't really know the notes that I was playing on the bass, but I did have a concept that if I played something with absolute intention and that gave this bass line a very solid foundation for other things to happen.
yeah,
For me, I may not have understood technically what was going on with the instrument, but I did understand that if I laid down a solid bass line like the pyramids in Giza, if I was just the giant stones that are not going to move,
yeah. I
that's
feel
what
it.
I was constructing.
We can
So,
feel it.
you know what I mean? This is how one plays an instrument without understanding how to play the instrument.
Yeah,
Is that, these are things that are said later. I understood that people like Sun Ra or Thelonious Monk would say things like, don't just, play the bass when you play the bass. And that was something that apparently I already understood because I had to, because I had to have this idea about how the bass could be used before I was playing this thing that I didn't really understand. So, that was constructed really, that really helped. Peter Hook from Joy Division was one thing, but somehow Jah Wobble was even more. And that's just two albums
yeah,
of Public Image, that really, really set that in motion, like really, really solidified that in my mind,
yeah,
you know. But it opened up everything about music. So my idea is almost a concept of jazz that I can now say is more related to modal jazz, which is to be in one chord and to not move out of one chord. An example would be the songs that make up In a Silent Way
yeah.
by Miles Davis, like that record. And things aren't really changing. Everyone seems to be playing anything, everything seems to be involved in
Yeah,
that music. But it really is because the center is so clear to everyone that they can do whatever they want.
yeah,
And that was something that I held in the beginning of Fugazi up until now. I'm still always trying to make one or two lines, even though I know a lot more than I knew back then. The principle of what I was doing, I think I'm just better at doing it, but so I can see more options on how and what to do. But the simplicity of it is still kind of the main attraction to it to me. There's underneath, music that I really love. There's something very simple that I can still perceive in it. I
about
don't
you.
really understand it. I don't know how to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
It's hard to explain.
I don't
Your
mind.
your solo records often feel more intimate and reflective than your work in bands. I mean, this is my opinion. On albums like Dare to Hear or Why Should I Get to Use It, there's a strong sense of place and movement. How much do traveling and places and geography influence your songwriting?
Sure. I mean, I've been really lucky that I've been around, different parts of the world. I haven't been everywhere. I've never gone to Africa. That's huge. And that the whole, beyond Eastern Europe into Russia and China. I mean, I've just never been into a little bit of the East, on the other side of that, but it's I've never been to India. You know, it's there's a lot of places I've never been, but the bit that I have seen, I've been very fortunate, albeit for a night. You know, I don't spend a lot of time in a lot of places, you know, but it does start to inform you about the similarities and the things that people all over the world have in common about wanting out of their reality. They want just the basic things to be able to live, you know, a somewhat feasible, doable life that they can exist
Yeah.
fairly happy in, you know, and they can be okay. But there's you know, everything else that's going. Let's not get into politics. It's just too fucking depressing at the moment. But anyway, uh,
I agree. It's the
but
same
and so
the same
of
in
course,
Italy.
yeah. I mean, so all these things influence, you know, what we're writing. But my solo music is really, because it is mostly coming out of me. I think that I made a choice to kind of just stand next to the listener and kind of talk very quietly in their ear. That's kind of what my solo music is.
Yeah, cool.
It's based on the limitations that I am capable of. For example, playing on the bass and singing at the same time. I decided that there was only so much I was going to be able to do, and each song began with that. If I can play this bass line, what you know, if I can make it muscle memory
Yeah,
in repetition, then I can express a little better in my vocal lines and change,
sure.
allow melody to change that way, because I can't keep changing melody through chord changes and then sing appropriately what goes on. That's the way music is formally put together, and I know that I can't do it that way. So I just was like, well, I have no interest in pursuing it, you know. And so I just said, well, my music, I'll find what's unique about me if I work within my limitations. So
Yeah, sure.
that's what you get there. The beauty of what I like doing with other people in collaboration is that there is collaboration, that I'm
Yeah.
not, I can be alone enough, you know.
I
There's
know that in some albums, I don't remember which one, there's also the Fugazi guys. I mean, Ian and Guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Right.
you love to share with the old friends. Let's say so.
Exactly. It's a form of socializing
Yeah.
that has a real outcome to it, um, in the work that you do with something that you really love. So it's not really work, but it does require dedication and an enormous amount of concentration and um, all of your awareness, you know,
Sure.
in the moment to be. So it's really an enormous dedication to that. But it's very easy to do when it's what you love and what you believe in. And so finding the people that you can feel that way with, you know, as I do with Brendan and Anthony, and now James Brandon Lewis too. You know, it's worth dedicating your time to, because you feel that you're really able to give something to people as you received from other people that
Yeah. Yeah.
that you watch. You know, this is the whole point of this, is that music has really given me a direction in my life that I'm able to hopefully give something that
Yeah. Yeah.
people can deal, you know, have something to take with them.
Sure. I have some rapid fire questions for you. So uh, I guess you have some basses, guitar basses, and which one the bass you truly loved?
Say that word again that you're asking
The
me about.
first bass you truly loved.
Oh, first base that I told you that. Um, I mean, I got to know the Music Man bass
The Music Man.
because it was a choice to fit my size and to play comfortably, as opposed to a jazz or a precision Fender bass. I just couldn't deal with that, and a friend played all both a jazz and a Music Man, and I was able to sort of borrow those and find that the Music Man fit me, and so I went out and found one, and then I got a better one because the one I'd been playing was very heavy and very um, well. The newer one was a wonderful bass. It was very easy to play, but I was also wrestling with the sound of that bass in the sense that it had an active pickup. I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to talk about specifics and key bass talk,
Yeah.
about this stuff, but it is this giant, it's a big microphone. An active bass is it means that the pickup is has battery. It's like turning a
Yeah.
microphone on with a switch because there's a battery in the microphone, and so it's the difference between active and passive is just that. So that was weird because it's placed near the bridge, and everything at the bridge is where a string is taut at the bridge, and at the other end, and in the middle is going whoa, whoa, whoa. But this whoa, 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 and so you have like the tight sound and all the attack of clack, clack, clack of the pick because I
Yeah.
played with pick. So I had to push with my hand on the strings while I played to a certain degree to quiet the
Oh.
sound and to let it sound more, so it sounded more like I was playing with my fingers. But
Huh.
these are things that you do that you don't really know that you're doing. But I started to become aware of that, and then when the band stopped playing, I was able to just sort of get rid of that bass and try to understand other basses. And then I've become, older, and my body isn't what it used to be. So apparently, I don't want to hold that kind of bass anymore. A large like a Fender bass. I love the sound. I still record. I still have. I sit down and play it a lot at home because I don't want to stand up and play it for an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and I don't want to carry it around. I don't want to carry it through airports and all this shit. I gave the very last time was a couple of years ago on tour with the Mesthetics. I brought the Music Man. My old Music Man it had to be refretted because I played it so long. I wore down the
Oh.
frets, and I just couldn't fucking deal with it. Like carrying it through the airports and shit. I came home and I had just pains in certain part of my back and blah blah blah. So you just become an old man and you have to deal with it, because everything's just going to become less and less and less, and then you die. So you either fucking face that, or that's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. That's either a problem or it's a reality. And for me, it's like, I was born, clearly I'm gonna die, not a problem. But anyway, so I'm working with smaller bases, and maybe the people who are watching this can see
Yeah.
that I play an Abernathy bass now
Wow.
that kind of designed. It has a bit of a Music Master look from Fender, but it just has what would normally be a single coil
Huh.
51P bass pickup, but is made by someone, Lindy Fralin, and it's a split coil, so it's humbucking, even
Cool.
though it's just um, one piece. It's kind of divided in the middle, and he does it that way. But anyway, I don't know everything about pickups and all that stuff. But that's a medium scale bass because I was just afraid to give in to the short scale thing, which was really weird. But I'm having another bass made by him, and I think I'm just going to put this big old humbucking pickup in it that you'd find in an old Gibson or Guild bass, and you
Yeah.
know
You're looking for a good compromise. Let's say so.
yeah, it's kind of like I do want a small, but I've found that they sound just fine. There was always this feeling that you can't do that because it's not like a regular scale bass. It's not going to record very well. But the Mesthetics and James Brandon Lewis, both of those records, the Impulse records, they're both recorded with a bass that is a short scale and is a closed hollow body with two guitar pickups, two guitar humbucking pickups in it, made by Lawler. Like that, I designed this bass with a guy, and there's just this one bass that's like that, and it's kind of delicate because it's like weighs 4 pounds. It's super light, but it could get crushed if I put it on a plane or something. I'm worried about that, so I don't play that all the time. But anyway, that's what I recorded on the records, and it records just great. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a regular scale bass that's sort of a
Yeah.
classic Fender or this or that. So anyway, you do what you need to because of your
Yeah.
limitations. You,
Yeah.
you learn to work within your limitations and exploit them to the best of your ability, to get what you can out of it.
Yeah.
So,
I would like to say goodbye and thanks, of course. With
mhm,
one last question.
sure.
One word to describe Joe Lally today?
One word to describe me?
You. Yeah.
Man, Joe. Joe? I don't know. You know, I don't know. What are we?
Let's say as a musician.
As a musician?
Yeah.
Uh, I guess the thing is always I guess like search would be a good word, that you're just kind of always looking for new ground. And so to like discover or search is probably a good word. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
probably
Searcher. I like searcher.
it's probably pretty pathetic, but I don't know what else to say. I certainly have never thought about that. So I,
Joe, I thank you again because it was really an honor for me. Thank you for your time.
cool.
And I hope someday you will come to Italy with mass statics.
Where are you?
Yeah. I'm in Tuscany,
In Tuscany, and around what town?
Pisa.
Around Pisa. Yeah, right now there's just a show booked for Milano
Okay.
for I think very early November,
Oh, I can drive. It's
and
some
and
hours.
that's it's a festival. But I mean, so far that's all there is. I don't know what else because that tour is being booked, um, and it's still far away. So there's just random dates, like a couple of German dates. That date in Milano.
Yeah, I will keep myself updated.
So, but I'm always hoping to get back there. So,
Yeah, I hope so. I would like to shake your hand someday.
okay. Well, I hope to meet you too.
Bye, Joe. Thanks again. Bye bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Powered